Perro back with another review. This time on the Spider-Man Classic Magic Change Mysterio. And I am continuing my Spider-Man Classic reviews from Toybiz back in the day. So before we take a look at the Mysterio, let's take a look at his packaging, which is empty. But it's just so you know what he came in and what it looked like and everything. So as usual, with the Spider-Man Classic line, we have Magic Change Mysterio with a picture of him at the bottom. And a different picture using the Ultimate Spider-Man artwork from Mark Bagley, which always looks pretty good. And the description of the 30 years of Spider-Man, how to work his gimmick, a picture of the same picture of the figure at the top, and some pretty dumb looking Spider-Man figures. Let's see, let's take a look. Flip and Trick Spider-Man. Let's see, we have Soak and Toss Spider-Man and Aqua Blast Spider-Man right there. So that is the exact same one that we got from the original Spider-Man Classics line, but with a different head and a giant blaster that Spider-Man has never used before. But oh well, I can't complain. Back to Mysterio. Now, with him, there were two different releases, one being the Spider-Man Classics, the one you see in front of you, and the other one being from the Spider-Man Origins lines, Spider-Man Origins line from Hasbro, and that one had a more metallic finish to it, the entire body, and the dome, I believe, was a lot more clear than this. I mean, this already is kind of dark, but with light you can see inside of it and see everything, but the other one you can clearly see everything, which kind of ruins the character and his, his mysterious on who he is, I guess, if that makes any sense. Now for accessories, he did come with a couple. He did come with this puff of smoke, which is supposed to represent how he would float in the air, and there were pegs sticking out of it. It's just gray on the inside. Has a really nice wash in between it. I think it's gray or blue. Can't really tell. It does have this giant knob on the front of it, and there are supposed to be some darts to go in here. And I do have them actually, I just didn't bring them with me right now. But yeah, you're supposed to blast them out of there, but they're really dumb looking for me. They look like kind of like Flappy Bird thingies. Actually, hold on, I'll be right back with them. Alright, so these were the accessories that you were supposed to put into Mysterio's puff of smoke. And as I said, they look kind of like demonic Flappy Birds, which looks pretty cool. They do have their own paint detail and nice sculpt as well. They do look pretty demonic, and they have some nice darker yellow in between the orange. So that looks pretty nice. Now for Mysterio, he does have a really nice sculpt, really nice sculpt, although his gimmick for the dome does impede any movement from the head. And to get any type of reaction or movement of the head, you have to actually use the knob back here to make his head move in the direction you want it to be looking at. But it's not that bad. It does have three different heads inside of it, with his normal Quentin Beck face. Looks really nice and smirky. Some kind of an alien thing, something looks like a baby to me. And some type of a monster on the other side, right there. They do have pretty nice sculpt and paint for just being like on the inside, which, is pretty impressive actually. And just the rest of his outfit looks really nice. Looks just like the cartoon and from the original comics. Really like these two buckles right here that resemble eyes. They're going down to his cape, and the cape is basically just held up by this knob right here the whole time. From what I can tell, I don't think that cape has any type of shading in between it. If there is, I'm guessing there probably is some black in between all the creases of the cape. That'll probably be it, but most of the paint detail goes into the green bodysuit that he has on in between every single little scale in his suit, which gives a lot of really nice texture to it. And his gloves are really nicely sculpted. They do have some kind of nice detail in between all the gauntlets and stuff. But now real, I think it's kind of an orange shading in between it and on the yellow. But again, if you're interested in a more metallic finish for him, you might want to try looking up the Spider-Man Origins one. And then we get down to the boots, which are really nice because they're really nice metallic bronze. And either that's, I think those aren't scratches. I think that is on purpose paint detail of black in between it. So that looks really nice as well. On the back we get the same kind of detail, and when you will put in the batteries. And for Mysterio's articulation, as I said, there's no head movements. And the gimmick, you just press it and it will turn his head in some kind of form. Fortunately, it's not working, so it will change to a baby, and then we get to the monster. So I don't know, depending on what you want to use it for. I mostly would just have it on the Quentin Beck face. That is regular. Let's see, he gets shoulders that move outward, but they feel kind of weird and stiff right now. But I'm guessing it is there because I can see the hinge underneath. He does have a bicep swivel. He does double jointed elbows, but they kind of stop at some point, maybe because of the forearm gauntlets. Alright, so they have wrist swivel, forearm swivel. He does have wrists to move up and down, and this one has his magic fingers that move up and down on the clamp, and this one just has kind of a fist that you can close like that. So Most likely you just have his hands like this, because then it'll look kind of weird if he's grabbing something like this. He has no ab crunch, mostly because of the batteries. He does have a waist swivel. He does have T-jointed hips to go out and forward enough. Double jointed knees, thigh articulation. He does have boot rotation as well. A ankle pivot, which is really nice back in the day. He has a crazy amount of ankle movement. It goes all the way down and all the way up, which is very unnatural for a human being, but I don't really care. Not like it will make him look weird anyway. So for his size comparison, I'm bringing in again the most current Spider-Man Marvel Legend figure that we've gotten. Here he is next to the Amazing Spider-Man, which is basically the same as Superior, in case you were wondering. So yeah, pretty tall. Here he is to, again, my favorite Spider-Man classics, the Snapshot Spidey. So yeah, they're all taller than him, which I believe they should be. And if you want a more accurate scale, here's a ruler so I can see how big he is. He is around 7 inches to the top of his dome. And if you just count to the top, to his heads, they are 6 1/4 inches tall. So pretty good height. I don't know if he is that hard to get. I would totally recommend you, just like the Scorpion, to get him. And yeah, this has been Gato Perro. Please stay tuned for more reviews and stop motions and the rest of the Spider-Man Classics line.